Oh my, the power of positive thinking, the power of positivity. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Monday Night Raw, February 22nd review. I know I missed a few Raws reviewing them. I've been working a lot, busy. Oh my, what a Raw, what a Fastlane. Make sure you check out the Fastlane review, see the results of that. And wow, Monday Night Raw starts with a video package from what was posted on WWE Facebook. WWE Facebook, WWE, the number one leader in social media and all the major sports, with over 300 million, 30 million, something like that. I think NBA was 28 million. So yeah, congratulations WWE there. It broke on WWE Facebook page a attack backstage during the afternoon when Dean Ambrose arrived at the arena. You see him getting out of the vehicle. You see Brock Lesnar attacking him and F5ing him on a limo through the windshield, into the windshield. Ambrose taken out of the arena by ambulance with a neck brace on. Further update on his condition later. So obviously the ramifications of Fastlane, we have Lesnar going after Ambrose, obviously for costing Lesnar the shot at Triple H in the world title at WrestleMania. Vince comes out, and as we were teased the week before, the Vincent J. McMahon award was given out. Like I said the week before, no one's achieved the honor of having this award. If you don't know who Vincent J. McMahon is, that is Vincent Kennedy McMahon, current Vince McMahon, his father, Vincent J., one of the founding fathers of the WWE sports entertainment business. Vince is a third-generation sports entertainer promoter, runs in the family. Stephanie McMahon, the fourth generation and on down. So Vince comes out and comes to the award, and who but Stephanie McMahon Helmsley wins the Vincent J. McMahon Humanitarian Award. Well deserved by her. We all know what Stephanie's all about. Stephanie has a speech prepared, not realizing she was winning, and before she could read her acceptance speech, we had a 6-year in the waiting return to WWE. Shane McMahon, the brother of Stephanie, the son of Vince, another fourth generation of McMahon. Shane O'Mac, here comes the money. Here comes Shane McMahon returning to WWE Monday Night Raw. He starts out with telling Stephanie she doesn't deserve the award, and he tells Vince is like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, I want to run Monday Night Raw. And Vince was like, no, there's no way. No, if you run Raw, you run the company, and you can't just leave and come back and take your same spot. And he's like, Vince was like, well, that deal we made several years ago where I helped you out. And Vince just got real quiet. So supposedly the storyline is that Shane helped Vince get out of a financial situation. So I'm guessing based on that, Shane actually runs the company, and he said that he gets his spot back and that Stephanie's only where she's at because of him. So she felt bad. So he said he wanted to run Monday Night Raw, and Vince said no. He said, why don't we have one match to see for it? And Vince was like, okay, fine. You wrestle, and I'll pick somebody. And then there'll be a match at a later time, in a later place, basically for the lockbox, which has the paperwork in it for the control of WWE. So Vince turns and looks up at the WrestleMania sign, goes, at WrestleMania, Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell. So it was announced for WrestleMania, Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell. Undertaker, my point of view, there's no reason, the streak's gone. Yeah, he's 22-1 currently at WrestleMania. There's no reason to keep, he can lose at WrestleMania and not hurt it. I foresee a situation where he loses at Mania to Shane. He comes out on Raw afterwards, talks about his career, and says, if I can't beat Shane McMahon in my match, the Hell in a Cell, at my show, WrestleMania, I'm going to retire. Or at least maybe coming out before the match and saying that. So basically it'll be Shane and the company versus Taker's career. I could really see that, and Taker retiring at the end of it and going in the Hall of Fame next year. So I could so see that. First match on the card, we had Neville teaming up with the Lucha Dragons versus New Day. Good little match, actually. Nice little six-man. Lucha Dragons, Neville. Same kind of Lucha Libre style, the high-flying, the spots and whatnot. Versus the New Day, Kofi can do the spot thing. You got the power of Big E, and you got Xavier Woods just playing the trombone and being freaking hilarious as hell. I actually gave this a 3 3/4 star. I thought it was a phenomenal match. Kofi getting the pin on Sin Cara. Next, we had Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman come out and talk about Fastlane and talk about the beating Ambrose was given in the parking lot, and Ambrose this, that, and the other, and we hear sirens, and we see an ambulance pull in. I'm like, are you serious? Pulls in from the back, you still hear the sirens, he pulls in the arena, gets out, falls out of the ambulance, crawls to the ring, crawls to the feet of Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar just walks by and steps on him and walks away. He grabs somebody, give him a mic, and he's like, Brock Lesnar, you and me, no holds barred, falls count anywhere at WrestleMania. Heyman and Lesnar come back down to Dean Ambrose. Lesnar F5s him as they're walking back up. Heyman turns around and says, you got it. So we got another match made for WrestleMania, the third one. We have Falls Count Anywhere, no holds barred, Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. We have the Shane McMahon versus Undertaker, and we have Triple H versus Roman Reigns. Next match on the card, we have the Usos versus the Ascension. Usos come out, Dudley's come out. Dudley's talk about the attack on Usos from the week before. And they talk about how good they are. They're 9-time WWE Tag Team Champions, which I believe they're 24-time Tag Team Champions all around the world. Their careers are going to be defined by furniture, so no more tables. Their careers are going to be, based on their titles won and all this. They talk about the legacy of being 9-time WWE Tag Team Champions. The Usos go on to beat the Ascension. So I look at there being a triple threat match between Usos, New Day, and Dudley Boys at Mania. I'd like to see a triple threat ladder match. Triangle ladder match, TLC match. Next we had Y2J Chris Jericho come out. He calls out AJ Styles, talks about AJ, about respect for him. That he didn't, really like him or really before when he first came to WWE. But he has a lot of, after the 3 matches they had, he has a lot of respect for him. And of course they're talking in the ring about respect, about the matches, and AJ's history around the world, Jericho's history. Social Outcasts come out. Are you serious right now? They tell, they make fun of Y2J and AJ shaking hands, and the 4 little stooges here start saying shit, and they said, fine, why don't we have a match, you two versus us? And AJ and Jericho were like, why don't we team up? And they were calling it Y2AJ. Like, really? I mean, is this going to be a long-term thing, a one-night thing? But yeah, the team of Y2AJ, AJ Styles and Y2J Chris Jericho versus the Social Outcasts 4-on-2 handicap match. Y2J making Curtis Axel tap out. Making Axel look like a little bitch, unfortunately. I think Curtis Axel is very talented. Next, we had the Wyatt family come out. Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, and Braun Strowman taking on the Titans of the WWE, as Bray was calling them. Big Show, Ryback, and Kane. Yeah, just basically a rematch from the night before, but take out Braun Strowman and put in Bray Wyatt. Really nothing special. Weird, though, that Big Show was on the outside and he got thrown over the rope or something. Kane was in the ring and Ryback was trying to get a tag, and then all of a sudden Ryback just leaves. He just steps up to, when Kane was to go for a tag, he just steps down and leaves. So Bray Wyatt hitting the Strapgale on Kane, getting the 1, 2, 3. And Ryback is walking away. They interview him backstage, and he says he doesn't want to be with anybody, that he has his own agenda, that he's a loner, and he needs to be by himself, and he can do it for himself. He doesn't need anybody help. He doesn't carry anybody or anybody's help. So do we have a heel Ryback, which would be just god freaking awful. Next we had Sasha Banks versus Naomi. Half of the tag match from the night before. Obviously Naomi came out with Tamina. Tamina tries to get involved, so Becky Lynch comes out to help Sasha for their tag match from the night before. Sasha getting the pin by submission over Naomi. And then the Divas Champion Charlotte comes out with her dad, Ric Flair. Woo! And as Becky and Charlotte are standing in the ring, or Becky and Sasha are standing in the ring, Charlotte's like, well, I talked to Stephanie, and you two want to have a match coming up for #1 contender, that you're really not friends, you can't trust each other, Becky, you can't trust her, blah, 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 blah. And then they're kind of standing like one here and one back here. Becky was right in the corner in front. Charlotte's like, Becky, watch out! And Becky kind of turns around and looks at Sasha, and Sasha's like, Sasha and Becky are trying to be friends, but Charlotte's trying to kind of knife through that. So we'll have a Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks #1 contender match, and the winner goes on to WrestleMania. Okay, they had some vintage matches in NXT, so I'm fine with this. Chances are Sasha will win. It'll be Sasha and Charlotte, which I'm fine with. I'd like to see a triple threat. I think that'd be good. Next, we had the second Hall of Famer for 2016 announced. The Godfather, the King of the Hoes, will be going into the Hall of Fame with the Ho Train. And JBL announced that the APA will reunite for one night. John Bradshaw, Layfield, and Farouk induct Godfather in the Hall of Fame. Godfather, a Hall of Famer. Okay. A lot of people, I think, deserve it more than are currently wrestling, but okay. But next, we had the main event of the night, ladies and gentlemen. We had Roman Reigns versus Sheamus with the League of Nations. Yeah, this really didn't turn into much of a match. We had the King of Kings, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Triple H, come out and just brutally attack Roman Reigns. A pedigree on the steel steps. As Roman Reigns is bleeding horribly. Obviously Tripp's beating him and stuff, had blood all over his hands. He gets in the ring and holds the belt up with a bloody hand. Kind of weird, but I won't lie to you. But, so it's predictable. They think it's bigger for Roman Reigns to win the world title for the third time at WrestleMania this year. If it was his first time, yes. The second time, maybe. But the third time? I mean, come on. Really? You're treating this world title like a piece of fucking candy. It's almost as bad as what TNA is doing. Speaking of that, there will be a TNA review coming up sometime soon. I don't know when. Review the 4 TNA shows this month. Also, stay tuned to Urban Sports Show 3 Pro Wrestling for the Ring of Honor 14th anniversary show. This show I'll actually be watching, so there'll be a review up afterwards. So I'll get the preview up this week, get the review up later on. Any NASCAR fans out there, check out Urban Sports Show 2 for the Field of Honor Quick Trip 500. And then if you didn't already check it out, check out the Daytona 500 preview. As always, thanks for watching Urban Sports Show and have a spiffy night. Urban Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channels.
If you close your eyes, you're right, and make the truth reveal. Since you never lived in sky.